Well, this is going to be maybe a little shorter video. I don't know about y'all, but we like a good shrimp boil. And it seems like we only do it maybe once a year. My son and daughter-in-law do a shrimp boil for a bunch of people. But, you know, I went into my freezer and I was looking around and I spotted a couple handful of shrimp. Spotted some kielbasa sausage. And on the other side, I seen some corn on the cob. And I thought, you know, that sounds like, some really good shrimp boil. I love a good shrimp boil. So, I just got it all together and I thought, we're going to make us a one pot, less than 30-minute shrimp boil for two. So let's get started. We don't even have to start out with a big pot. This is about a 6-quart pot. And I'm going to put 2 cups of water and 1 cup of chicken broth. Now, you can replace the chicken broth with maybe a cup of beer. I know some people like beer when they're making their shrimp boil. I think I'm going to add 1 more cup of water. So go ahead and add 3 cups of water and then your 1 cup of chicken broth or 1 cup of beer. I'm going to put, I quartered up a lemon. Now, lemon's optional, but I'm going to tell you, if you're going to go to trouble, make it. If you got a lemon, put it in there. And I've got a small onion that I quartered up, and I'm just going to throw it in there. I've got a whole tablespoon of minced garlic. I've got some Cajun seasoning. Now, I don't like my shrimp boil too spicy. Me and Mr. Brown just can't handle it. But I do like just a little bit of heat. So, just a couple teaspoons of Cajun seasoning, however much you like. And I've got some Old Bay here. And I think I'm going to put just a good tablespoon of Old Bay. And we're going to bring this up to a boil. Just stir it a little bit, bring it up to a boil, and once it comes to a good boil, we'll start putting our potatoes in. Okay, this is going to come together pretty quick. So now that it's up to a good boil, we're just going to put our 4 potatoes that we've cut in half. Just put them in there. And now these potatoes, I'm going to put the lid on them, and they're just going to cook for about 10 minutes or until tender. So 10, 12 minutes. We're going to check our potatoes real quick. And they feel like they're getting tender, and they're going to be cooking just a few more minutes with the corn and sausage. So we're going to say they're good and done. We're going to stick our 4 ears of corn in here. Just kind of nestle them down in that liquid. Get them down in there good. Now all I'm going to do is take my kielbasa and I'm just going to throw it on top. Put it all in there. It's about, probably about 8 ounces that I've cut up. And just kind of move them around, get them down in the juices. And then we're going to cover it up. And we're going to let this come to a boil and boil for about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, it's been 4 minutes that everything's been boiling good. Now I'm just going to add my shrimp. Now, you can leave your stove on and cook your shrimp for a couple minutes. But what I like to do is just turn my heat off and put the lid on. And that will cook that shrimp till that shrimp is pink and opaque looking and good and done, but it won't be rubbery. But if you feel better about just leaving the stove on, cooking it for a couple minutes, that'll work too. You just don't want to overcook it. So in a couple minutes, our shrimp boil is going to be done. Okay, it's been exactly 2 minutes, and I'm taking the lid off, and that shrimp is done. And it's all looking good. So while this is sitting here for a few minutes, we're going to make our butter garlic sauce to go over it. So I drained everything off, but we're going to make us a sauce to go over this. Now I've got 2 big tablespoons of butter and about a tablespoon of garlic. You don't have to put that much. And we're just going to heat this up and melt the butter. Now I'm going to take probably about a fourth of a cup of some of that juice out of my pot first to make our sauce. So we're just going to stir this up until the butter melts, and that's all we're going to do with it. You don't have to reduce it down or anything, just melt your butter. So butter, garlic, and just a little bit of your juice from your shrimp bowl. And that's what we're going to pour over everything. It's going to be so good. We'll put just a little bit of salt in it too. So we'll get this plated up. It's going to be good. So you can see I drained off most of the juice. I left a little bit. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to pour all this garlic butter over everything. And I can tell you what, if you've got a good piece of crusty bread to dip in all this juice, you talk about lerping. Now I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of fresh parsley that come from the garden. Makes it look pretty, but it tastes really good and fresh too. But if you don't have parsley, you don't have to put it on there. It's going to be good either way. So there you go. 1 pot, less than 30 minutes, on the table, shrimp bowl for 2. I got to taste it. I can't wait. That's pretty good stuff, y'all. Good stuff.
My goodness, what you got going on here?
Shrimp bowl for 2.
Shrimp. We're eating out the same plate, bro.
That's what you do. Really good. A little spicy. I like it too spicy.
There's some of them potatoes I'm not supposed to be eating that. Pretty doggone tasty.
Good. That's pretty good.
That corn hot, ain't it?
It ain't too bad. 1 second.
Boy, that in there feels hot though. It's gonna burn me.